I'm thinking like goddamn shit, it's probably a few homies that shit'll help out. You know what I'm saying? Like probably a couple homies that could use some information. Like if you know, nigga not saying you hope you go to prison, but on some shit to where nigga preparing. You know what I'm saying? Just in case. Like I'll give you a good example. So when I first put the stain down, first got the line going, I want to say this shit was like 2014. You know what I'm saying? When a nigga really put the line down or whatever and got the, you know what I'm saying, got this gas tin shit bracket, right? So I made a mando that all my little homies learn sign language, you know what I'm saying? Not regular sign language, you know, the A, B, all that shit. Nah, it was a specific sign language, you know what I'm saying? And niggas had to learn it, you feel me? And like, and learn that shit to where if we ever was to get locked up and we not in the same pod, you know what I'm saying? We'll still be able to communicate. So I'm over here in C Wedge or D Block, you know what I'm saying, wherever we at, and you over there in C, you feel me? Then we ain't got nothing but the glass separating us. So now, instead of doing what everybody else do, we'll have niggas come pay us to come to the window and talk to each other for them. You know what I'm saying? So nigga might get to the window like, what's bracket, nigga? What you got to eat? You know what I'm saying? But that was a whole big deal for somebody else to communicate that. But just going by the regular standards and niggas knowing that, been doing time before, I made sure the little homies knew how to sign language to get nigga advantage. But anyway, when you first walk into that back gate, my nigga, it's a few things that you gonna have to understand before you ever even think about getting on some gang type of time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand when you walking through that back gate that you coming in that bitch by yourself. You gonna leave that bitch by yourself. I'm almost willing to put every dime I got that the niggas that you came through that back gate with, you not gonna leave with them same niggas. I'm willing to bet everything I got on that shit. Know what you trying to do when you first know you gotta go. Figure that shit out in your mind while you still in the county jail. What am I gonna try to do when I get up there? What's my purpose? If you go up that bitch on some this whatever, man, so I'm just going with the flow. If you go up there on that type of time, my nigga, you gonna get lost. In the junk, shit go so fast and shit so complex. You watching these politics. If you not on point on your P's and Q's or got nobody watching your back, it's gonna happen to you. You gonna get advantage taken of you. For real, or you gonna get some situation. But for a homie though, for a younger homie going through the back gate, the first thing I tell a nigga when you go through that bitch, don't go up in that motherfucker on no immature ass kiddie shit. You know what I'm saying? On some playful ass. You know, you know what I'm talking about. You know niggas like that. Grown ass niggas that play too fucking much. You know what you own. You know what I'm saying? You need to carry yourself as such. You become a risk to the organization as a whole if a nigga can't trust what you gonna do. So if you all over the place, bro, you become a risk, my nigga. And if they do got a real structure there, that's not gonna be beneficial. So niggas ain't gonna be fucking with that. You too, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't gotta be all over the place to be a nigga that's about handling business. You don't gotta do all that. You know what I'm saying? And so that'll be the first thing. The second thing is like, don't come in there on no fan shit. You feel me? Like you meet niggas every time a nigga give you his resume, you just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like you make it seem like wherever you came from is country as fuck. If you trying to tap in with niggas, tap in with the homies, you know what I'm saying? Like, stay out the way, do your shit. But what I'm saying is be your own man, first and foremost. First and foremost, like I said in my last video, niggas is always watching. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is watching everything from how you walk to what you do when you get your stove, you know what I'm saying? When you go to your bed and put your shit up with that routine. Niggas is always peeping shit. So keep that shit in mind and you know what I'm saying? And move like a man. You feel what I'm saying? Like you can't just go up to nigga and be like, hey yo my nigga, you blood? You blood, my nigga? Hey, my nigga, you dumb? You can't do that. That shit lame. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you gotta know what to peep. What you looking for? You trying to meet homies. Then you need to be paying attention to lingo. You hear what I'm saying? As you sitting back watching and you hear everybody just shooting their shit, doing their shit, you paying attention. So you listening for lingo. You listen for a nigga to say the word blood. Well, I put that shit on Browns, you feel me? I put that shit on Power Roo. That was the first thing I heard the nigga say when I hit the gym. Oh, Power Roo. And that's, if you already peeping, if you already watching, you gonna already, that's gonna be a bell for you soon as you hear it. Soon as you hear, and the nigga might not even be official, but he might can point you to the niggas that is, you know what I'm saying? So you listening for any small signs. Another thing, as you mobbing through that bitch, you know what I'm saying? You in the dorm, you gonna view niggas as they peer, you feel me? Like, once you in the jump, like, you gonna see niggas coming up out of there, and ain't no motherfucking homo shit. You watching your fucking surroundings. Like, if a nigga think, you know what I'm saying, looking for tattoos on a nigga is some gay shit, a nigga ain't been to prison. So don't waste your time getting mad or going back and forth arguing with no nigga on no funny style shit. Like, this ain't no play shit. You need to know who the fuck around you, who the fuck is in your vicinity. Point blank. You know what I'm saying? So fuck all that. You need to be looking at niggas when you see niggas with their shirt off or with t-shirts and shit on. You need to be seeing if you see any obvious tattoos on niggas. Down here in the South, a lot of blood niggas was raised back in the gap out that 5-point star shit. That's a giveaway. When you see niggas with that 5-point star shit, like, niggas really have that inked on them on some blood shit in Alabama. That ain't how that shit rock out west. That's boo. Even if you from a west side set, you know what I'm saying? But once you go to prison in Alabama, you know what I'm saying, and you on blood time, that's what you need to be looking for. So you go up in there and you meet homies. So as you see a nigga got goddamn shit, 6 deuce on his shoulder, you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of brands. See a nigga with 6 deuce on him, you know what I'm saying? So boom, you just sit back watching and you can find a time. Ain't nothing wrong with pulling up on a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with pulling up on a nigga on some one-on-one type of shit. If he's surrounded by 10, 12, 15 niggas, don't pull up on no nigga, man. When no nigga surrounded by no group of niggas, unless you know they all gang. If you know they all gang, that's different. But if you view a nigga that's showing ink, or you hear a nigga hollering out some lingo and shit like that, you fall back. You catch that nigga, you know what I'm saying, on the way to the chow hall. When they break y'all ass out for wreck, you know what I'm saying, or whatever going on, and you see him moving on his own, that's when you pull up on him. And you, what up, homie? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Tell him who you are, tell him where you from, tell him what you pushing. And then see what his response is. You done officially linked up with another homie. Generally from there, they gonna point you to the rest of the homies if they official. So once you done linked up with a nigga, he done pointed you to the homies and shit. So now, the next thing would be like, stand firm on what you was taught and what you feel like you know. Even if you ain't sure that that's the right shit, stand strong on what you was taught. But don't be scared to absorb new information. You dig what I'm saying? By standing on what you got, what you was taught and what you know coming in, that's what gonna give you a foundation. That's gonna give you a gauge to read. It's gonna give you a gauge to see if a nigga just saying some shit that's totally left field to what you thought or what you know, or he's saying some shit that kind of coincide with it, but maybe have a couple different details. You listening for all that. But you gotta be confident in what you know, unless you just feel like you don't know shit. Then just say that. Don't come in that line flexing like you hip or you know this and that and that and that and don't know shit. But what you do know, if that's what you believe and that's what you taught and that's what you been reciting to niggas in the street, then don't be scared to recite that shit in there. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But the whole point is to get right. You dig what I'm saying? So you're not gonna know how, you ain't gonna be able to get right if you never know that you was wrong. But don't be no bitch about it and go in there and just act like, oh, I don't know shit, bro. I was just, when you feel it, you know what I'm saying? And then now when the niggas start running shit to you, oh yeah, I heard that before. Oh yeah, my bro, I heard. Don't do that. No, I don't like that shit. If you don't know, my nigga, and I'm telling you, take that shit for what it is, take that shit in and learn that shit and go forward. I hate a I know ass nigga when you just didn't know when I asked you. So you listening, you taking in information, you telling niggas where you at with shit. This what I was taught. I was taught, bro, if you blood, bro, this means woo 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 woo. I was taught the meaning for this right here is woo 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 woo. That's how you do that shit. And if a nigga say no, this mean this, you know what I'm saying? You take that in. Now I don't say you always take that as face value and replace what you was taught. No, but you absorb that. Because when you absorb that and you take that and you log that shit in, as you doing your time going through your bid, you gonna run across another homie at a different time. And you gonna be able to talk to him and listen to what he tell you. Now you got two things to go off of. So you can see if the shit he tell you coincide with what he say or it coincide with the shit that you thought when you first came in. That's how you gotta check this shit because down here it's so watery. When you get in that prison system, my nigga, on Brim gang, bro, I had a whole stack of paperwork full of bullshit. And a nigga felt like it was so official because I had the official paperwork in the prison. You know what I'm saying? The only copy. You did what I'm saying? But now once a nigga got it all the way right, nigga, see, that shit was so cap. That shit was so cap, fool. But you gonna watch that shit. You gonna goddamn, you taking in shit. You listening. And you gonna meet other niggas and you gonna steady network the same way. You gonna follow that method the whole way out. Sit back, look for signs. Once you find confirmations in the signs, you just wait till a nigga ain't in the mix and around a bunch of niggas and you pull up on them. Cause you wanna keep niggas out your demo. You know what I'm saying? You pull up on a nigga and you use that method and you pull up on homies. If you really on that, you really trying to learn and get tapped in, that's what you do. And you keep doing it. And what you will find is, you'll find common strains in the shit that you hear from different motherfuckers as you talking. You telling what you know. Yes, I was told this, and this, and this. You know what I'm saying? Like, in prison, that's why I learned how to write in code. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that. So, you learn how to have a prison hive, you know. They whoop it up different in the junk than they do on the street. But still, if you real enthusiastic and you hot out the junk, nigga, bring that shit home and run it like that. If y'all ain't doing shit on the street, then do it on the street how you was doing it in the junk. The whole point is to get active. You dig what I'm saying? But anyway, so you watching to confirm the shit that niggas tell you. All right. So now as you linking in with the homies, the reason why I told you in the beginning, in the very beginning of this shit, is that you came in this bitch by yourself and you a grown man, is because you gotta be prepared for them sharks in the water that's in your own set. You might have a nigga that's claiming the same thing you claiming, but he done been in that bitch for 17 years. And ain't nobody out there on the street sending him a dime. So now, even though he gang, he also a po-living ass, swindling, fast-talking ass nigga. So if you ain't careful, you will have a nigga like that done got some rank in the game, in the junk. And he pushing all type of lines. Motherfucking, we need to have us a box, you know what I'm saying? Where everybody put in and, you feel me, we'll all have something for the new homies come in. You gotta be careful of shit like that because niggas scam. And you will be, if you come in that bitch and you break any one of them first rules as far as that immature shit, or you come in that bitch on some fan shit, you will just be so mesmerized that you doing gang shit and the whole time you just paying a nigga. Whole time you just giving a nigga some money. Nigga pull up on you and ask you for shit, you think, oh, and then the favorite part, the favorite line, I start peeping shit. Nigga pull up on you, what's up, blood? Hey, blood, let me get a cigarette. Oh, boo, you know what I'm saying? Let me get a bigger red, blood. You know a nigga ain't tripping on no squares. Huh. You know what I'm saying? Then you roll back by shit. You might be at your late night, or you eating your little meal. Shit, blood, but that bitch look good in the motherfucker, blood. What's breaking though? You can get a little scoop of that. Oh, shit, ain't all good, blood. You know it's love. You know what I'm saying? But what you will notice is, he ain't never got shit for me to pull up on him and get. I can't never pull up on him and say, let me get a bigger red. He ain't got it. Or I don't never see him eating no motherfucking meal where I can pull up on him and get a scoop. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta notice shit like that. You gotta watch that shit. Because if not, bro, you'll be a whole green bean out there. Just a good do boy, good duck. You know what I'm saying? And niggas they'll blood and homie you to death. And you just feeling like, you know what I'm saying? And you, after a while, you will get it. But sometimes if a nigga really fuck with you, he'll pull up on you and pull your coat to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Pull up and lace you up, let you know what's going on. But most of the time, them lessons niggas gotta learn the hard way. And the last thing I would really tell a nigga for real, wherever you go, my nigga, make sure you understand the politics of where you at before you start trying to gang bang. That shit may not be as important in other places, but down here, not paying attention to politics will get you killed by a nigga claiming the same thing you claim. You feel what I'm saying? See, down here in the South, niggas is loyal more to where they from than what they claim. So down here, it's really an area code thing. So if you go up in the junk blind and naive thinking you just finna be gang banged out, what you gonna realize when you get up in that bitch is niggas not talking about all the Bloods, all the Crips, all the folks. Even though we all in this bitch together, you got the BDs, you got the Latin Kings, nigga, you got the Mexican Mafia. Them niggas is in there. You know what I'm saying? But niggas is on some Birmingham niggas up there. Huntsville niggas right there. Tuscaloosa niggas right there. And the significance of that shit on the gang shit is like, if you banging, you gotta find niggas on the same type of time you on. You gotta find niggas that's really on gang time, that's on blood time. That's what they own, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta make sure that nigga won't switch up at the last minute and go back to the nigga where he from. So I done met solid homies out of Birmingham, out of Dothan, you know what I'm saying? Phoenix City, you feel me? Out the Biddy, Mobile, you dig what I'm saying? But every nigga that I get like this with, we gonna be on the same type of time. Ain't nothing bigger than that B. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel like where you from gonna be bigger than the B, then you need to stick with the niggas where you from. Figure out what type of time you on and pay attention to them politics. Got him, he gon' slide him, tempt him right beside him, waiting to catch a body. With that black profile red dot up on the bottom, spot him, then he drop him. Headshot, he might miss, send him ass, that's the body. All in Vegas, smoking in the lobby. Twin you see him watching, guess you know we got it. Hand me the dough like we running the option. Go in the bank and I make a deposit. Chop up the dough like I know some karate. Brim shit, they don't know nothing about it. Stepping on shit like a roach in the projects. I'm a rider with a lot of dollars, keep that fire beside me, I'm a pop.